Hello, and welcome to a GameStim Beginners Level course for EVE Online. I am your instructor, Rutherford, and this is using the Directional Scanner. If you are viewing this from the GameStim YouTube channel, you can also enroll in the course at www.gamestim.com. Perfect, let's get started then. So first of all, you'll notice that I have my ship in outer space. We're outside of the station. We will see that currently in our overview there are quite a number of ships. This is because we're close to the JETA station. Now, so what I want to first show you is how to open up your directional scanner. So you're going to come down to the bottom where you have your modules and your heads-up display. You're going to click on this little icon here called camera controls, on scanners. So you click on the scanner button once with your left mouse button, go over to directional scan, and then left mouse button once. There you go. So that brings up our directional scan, and that's what our directional scan will look like over here on the left-hand side of our screen. So right now what we're seeing is with the angle up here of 360 degrees and with a range of 14.3 astronomical units, these are all the ships that are currently in space. Perfect. Okay. Now, using directional scanner, most often in PvP, what would allow you to do is determine where certain ships are. So let's say, for example, we were to cut down our angle to approximately 15 degrees. We've got nothing. Now let's say I want to look in the direction of these stations. Okay, now these stations are more than 14.3 AUs away. They're 23.7. So if there are ships around there, it won't come up because our range is only at 14.3. Remember that. That is the maximum range that you can use your ship directional scanner to determine what is in that direction. But let's say I want to bring your attention down to the bottom, close to the heads-up display again. And I want you to bring to this little ship-looking icon. Left mouse button once, go to the left, center tracking position, click Enter. Perfect. Now you'll see that our camera view immediately went off to the backside of our ship here. And that's because I currently have the Stargate perimeter. I have it selected. So what's happening now is our camera is looking directly into that direction. Okay. Now let's see if we hit our directional scan. Oh, look at that. We have a Myrmidon and a car called Navy Issue. Now what that means is at a 15-degree angle, in the direction of the perimeter gate, we have both of those ships. Now you could probably start to see why that would be very beneficial to you. If you enter into a system and you're looking for targets, what you want to do is get this directional scanner as low as possible. Instead of 360, where you see everything in the system within 14.3 AUs, you want to get that down to something really, really low, so that you know in that direction I'm probably going to find these ships. Go down to a 5-degree, look at that. So we've got an Ibis and an Orca in that direction. Okay. Now if we look though, all I did was I put my mouse over that block. We have JETA, the planet 8. We have 4 Stargates as well. Now, however, if you look at that, all of them are more than 14.3 AU units away. So these ships that we see currently on our directional scanner are probably just outside of the station. Maybe they've gone to a warp point or something like that, but they're fairly close. Now, if you wanted to see exactly how close they are, you can actually adjust this range. Let's go down. Look at that. Okay, now we have within 5 AUs a Tengu. Within 14.3, we have a Mimitar shuttle and a Tengu. So between 5 and 14.3, the Mimitar shuttle is. Now let's see, the Tengu, oh, it's out. It's not there anymore. Okay. And so look at that. Now both of those ships are now gone. They're no longer in our directional scan. So what that tells you is they were likely in transit. See, now we have these ships, but if I was to scan again, they're gone. You see, so they're warping between probably the Gita station and then one of those four stargates that we have coming up: Marasi, New Caldari, Niabanan, or Perimeter. Good. So you can use these things to start deducing where potential enemy targets are. Let's move towards. Let's see if we have something that's fairly close. Okay, look at this. I'm going to click on the Caldari construction, 10.97 AUs away. So after clicking on it, and I know that my camera is centered on that area, I'm going to hit the scan button. Oh, nope, sorry. Hit something else. Let's go back, hit the scan button, and look at that. There's an ibis there. I'm just going to go ahead and let's warp to within 20.
Warp drive active.
Ibis is still there. Ibis is still there. Okay, so now let's take a look. Do we see an ibis? We don't. So they were somewhere in between. Okay, so we currently lost them, unfortunately. But that would be the same way it would play out. Let's say, for example, you came into a system and you were looking for targets. You would do the exact same thing. You would get it down to a 5% angle. The range, if it's within 14.3, great. You can then warp to locations in that path and determine and try to find them. Okay, so that's really briefly how you would use the directional scanner. You can also, I want to show you, by clicking on the F10, you can also bring up this solar system menu. The solar system menu can be really helpful. All I'm doing is scrolling in, because you can orient your camera towards various objects as well, and then do a scan. So if I was to look at this area here and do a scan at, let's say, 15, nothing. Now let's say I'm wondering if someone is over in this area here. Scan, still nothing. Okay, let me see here. Still nothing. Okay, I'm going to come back down, and you'll notice, you see how I'm looking there? So your camera will adjust even when you're in the solar system view. So I'm going to click down over here, click on F10, and you'll notice how the camera automatically adjusted. I can do another scan. Nothing. So nothing's with that. Yes, it's 31.4 AUs away. Perfect. So that's exactly how it would work, that you would go ahead if you wanted to look for a certain target. So I'm going to go to click on perimeter. I'm going to go to perimeter.
Warp drive active.
That we're in either low sec or high sec, and we're actually looking for some kind of a target. So this is what you would do. You would go ahead. We're going to jump through the perimeter gate. I think it would be also a very good idea to keep up your directional scanner. You may not want to have the directional scanner take up the whole window, but you can resize it very easily. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger, whatever you like. Okay, I just like to have it like that. Perfect. So now we've come into the system. We're gonna do a 360 scan right away. So we're taking a look to see, these are all ships that are on our grid, because we can see certain distances, but these are ships off the grid. Okay, so first thing you want to do, bring it down to about 180 degrees. So now you know somewhere ahead of you, you have these ships. Let's bring it down now to 90. See that? Okay, let's look at that Gila. So now we bring it down to 60. We still have the Gila. Okay, now we lost the Gila. Let's move a little over to this side. Nope, a little over to that side. Nope, let's do a little bit up. Nope, and a little down. No. Okay, so we lost the Gila. Let's go back to 60. And we don't see it. Let's go back, look at the Stargate again. And there's, okay, so the Gila's back. So where could this Gila be? So let's go back to there, 30. Scan. Okay, good. Look at that. We just happen to be in the direction of Neobanan, but that's too far away because Neobanan's 45 kilometers away. So this is Gila that's likely somewhere in space. If there are agents in the system, he's probably doing an agent mission. And the Gila's now off of scan completely. Okay, so he's moved. But that's exactly how it would work, right? You would first, as soon as you jump into a system, see what you got at 360. If you got a target, that's good. Switch to 180. If your target leaves, try the other side. Scan it, and then work your way down. What you can do, again, like I mentioned, if it's a system where you have very identifiable objects, you can also start looking in the direction of those objects, like this, and do those scans. What you want to do is get this as low as possible. Remember, a 5 degree would be good, and then you could start playing with the ranges. You don't have to stay at AUs. You can go to 1 AU. You can even go down even lower, right? You can go to, say, 10,000 kilometers. You can change, yes, here, from AUs to kilometers, okay? And the greater detail that you get in your pinpointing, the easier it will be for you to determine where that object is. And if you're PvPing, killing it. Perfect. So that'll end this video for today. Thanks for watching. If you would like to see more videos of this type, please visit us at www.gamestim.com. Thanks very much and fly safe.